What's up everybody, I'm back with another video. This one's going to be a little bit different as we're not focusing on a specific player or team, but how hockey was actually made. Thought this might be a fun video to do as I really had to do some research on this subject. Anyways, let's take a look at the game we all love called hockey and how it was invented. The earliest traces of hockey date back to a 1773 book published in England called Juvenile Sports and Pastimes, but the name may predate this earliest known reference. A version of the game played on ground field hockey evolved during this period as well. In Great Britain, newspapers as early as the 1840s reference hockey played on ice. A Scottish newspaper reported in 1842 about a fatality during a hockey game involving about 20 participants skating on a canal. The ice suddenly broke in and several were immersed but rescued, except one unfortunate lad, the newspaper says. In 1864, the Prince of Wales played hockey on a lake with a London skating club. This event was recorded in a local newspaper. The first organized ice hockey game, according to the International Ice Hockey Federation, was played on March 3, 1875, between two teams of 9 men, each from Montreal's Victoria Skating Club. But there's evidence organized games were played earlier in the century in Canada and the United States. In the 1875 game, the teams played using a flat, wooden block. This would be an older cousin of the now known rubber puck. Previously, the game often was played with a wooden or rubber ball. By 1899, ice hockey had become popular in the northeastern United States and Canada. Many kids started to play in the winter on frozen ponds and lakes for a fun activity. While modern hockey as we know it was invented in Canada, its roots were not. Early newspapers suggest that the game was brought to Canada by English soldiers and immigrants. In the late 19th century, organized leagues formed in Canada, where rules for the sport evolved, including the size of the net and number of players on ice at the time, 6 per team with a goaltender. Canadian rules included that the use of the rubber puck eventually were adopted worldwide. In 1917, the National Hockey League formed with 4 Canadian teams: the Montreal Canadiens, the Montreal Wanderers, the original Ottawa Senators, and the Toronto Arenas. In 1924, the Boston Bruins became the first American team in the NHL. In the following season, the Detroit Cougars, now the Red Wings, as well as the Chicago Blackhawks and the New York Rangers joined the league. If we take a look at the Stanley Cup and its origins, it dates back to 1892 when Frederick Arthur, Lord Stanley of Preston, donated the trophy to Canada's top amateur ice hockey club. It was originally intended to go to the outstanding Canadian team, as determined by a playoff. The first winner was the Montreal Amateur Athletic Association. Amateurs competed for the cup in the early years, but as the number of professional teams grew, amateurs dropped out of the competition. The cup became the sole property of the National Hockey League in 1926, with the Montreal Maroons winning that year. However, the Montreal Canadiens had won the Stanley Cup in previous years, I believe 1923 or 24. As before the NHL owned the trophy, multiple leagues, including the NHL, played for it. The Stanley Cup is the oldest trophy in North America, part of why it is such a glorious trophy to win. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider liking and subscribing to our YouTube channel here. Had a lot of fun making this video actually, learned quite a bit. Anyways, thanks again and hope you have a great day.